Map 2 is nearly upon us of this second series. It's NiP versus LDLC. LDLC just taking away the first map, 16-14 on Overpass. Now we move to Cash. Sticking with NiP?
Now, I don't know. Maybe. Well, yeah, why not? Why not, you know? So someone's got to be rooting for them.
The confidence in the last map has now just completely fizzled out. I'm calm, I'm collected.
You can see why, though.
Yeah.
You can see why LDLC had a brilliant performance coming in. They fixed all the issues that we were seeing with them earlier against Astralis, and they had Ninjas in Pajamas just couldn't put the pressure on their T side. They came out 7 rounds on to the disadvantage of 8. And they just couldn't compete on the CT side. They took it really close, but just no cigar.
Official prediction then. I want it. Who's winning? Cash.
Official prediction. Okay.
Official prediction. I'm going to hold you.
In which case, okay, give me a minute.
Does he really need this much time?
Okay, I'm gonna say Ninjas in Pajamas. I think.
Boring. That's what I'm doing as well. Either way, I feel like this is where NiP can strike. Obviously, this is a map that they are formidable at. Overpass, not too bad of a map, but that's one that LDLC do like to play. So yeah, moving on to this map again, it backs up my theory with how close the previous game was. Now we're moving on to a more comfortable map for NiP. This should be a victory for them. In fact, I'm willing to go as far as saying this will be a more comfortable victory for them. I don't think we're going to have a 16-13, 16-12. I think it's going to be a little more comfortable than that. I mean, who knows? Again, LDLC's buys are crazy. LDLC, in general, are crazy, and they've been putting up good performance despite losing maps, across the board in the last couple of days, other than the last one that we just saw. So anything can happen coming into this game, and LDLC is just a great example of that. We've talked about how much they win with pistols. These half buys they go for when they have enough to full buy, just so they can allow 2 rifle rounds. It's very weird and it's very new, and it's also hard to kind of predict when even from our perspective, even as we can see everything, and it's very hard to predict how it's going to go, because it really just does come down to who hits their shots.
We see all. We are all knowing, all seeing.
Definitely not all knowing. You're definitely not all knowing. Yeah. You got the wrong prediction.
Hey, well, okay. I mean, statistically, I was right. Statistics would agree with me. I mean, you just look at the odds, right?
LDLC had better odds in that map. What are you saying?
Well, they had longer odds, which means they're...
Didn't they have better odds? Didn't they have lower odds?
No, at the start they had 2.75.
Oh, okay, maybe after halftime.
So
change.
yeah, they did change, and they went down to 1.75. I didn't write those ones down, but they went to 1.75 to 2.0.
Yeah, that doesn't mean anything. You got it wrong. I got it right. That's
Listen, okay. As far as I'm concerned, as long as I agree with the statistics, I'm right. Statistically.
You're just such a mathematician.
Yeah, you're right. A little bit.
Oh, God.
A little bit.
You're making me angry. Well, map 2 is almost upon us. No, joking of course. I feel like...
Gonna turn green.
Yeah, definitely. Again, there's not a lot to say really about this matchup. I've not seen a lot of NiP recently. Obviously, they've kind of come off the back of a bad, I was going to say major performance, but minor qualifier performance. And then from then on, they've not really had too much. We've seen this recent couple of additions of players, Rez and Draken. Rez more recent than Draken. And they've been definitely improving since that. I think this season of VPL is a great example of how well they've been doing. Hope it transfers to LAN though. That's, I think, where it matters the most. If they can make their way into the top 6 and keep it, I mean they're in the top 6, but if they can keep it consistently until they make it to LAN finals in December in Odense, then maybe, just maybe, NiP could be back into good form. But again, it's so shaky right now with the current CS scene. We've got teams like FaZe who are 16-2 in maps or something in the last 3 months. Not 3 months, but the last few games. We've got Na'Vi, one of the top dogs of CSGO of all time, and now at the bottom. It's so hard to know what's going to happen. And at the end of the day, especially with the matches that we've been seeing the last few days, it's going to continue like that.
Well, Na'Vi did have a nice showing against LDLC. And LDLC don't seem to be having that great of a showing so far. Existence does get tapped down straight away as Get Right through the smoke finds another. Maniac falls, and now Get Right might look to push through the smoke, but thinks better of it. Alex in the mid could prove a thorn in the side if they go for that full rotate, but Draken starts to push on. Tuanu finds one, finds a second, and cleans it up with a third. Rez, though, the double kill reigns true, and that is going to be Alex left alive. Finds one headshot now. The 1 versus 1 exists. Tries to get the shots, does have the defuse kit, has the armor as well. Turns the corner, and Alex able to clean it through. That flank really did come there. What was that word? I don't know. But LDLC win the round anyway.
Thank you.
That's
Great
okay.
round from Alex, yeah. And Tuanu as well, especially in the CT spawn, able to shut out those 3 CT players, pushing on in through the lower As now LDLC going to be kicking things off, despite NiP looking to have a great start. They took a 5-on-3 initially into the round and seemed that things are going well for them, but now quite the opposite. Not exactly how they want to be kicking off the map that they should, in theory, keyword should, not will, be taking. As LDLC put money in, they're going to have a couple of AKs in play, and again, as we expect, a lot of SMGs. They're actually going to go for the MP7, something we've not seen from this team. NiP pulling in the shotgun for Rez and just Deagles and everyone else with a scout and get right, so nothing too special. Rez is going to be down on B, so if LDLC commit to this A site, he's surely going to save that gun because there's pretty much nothing he can do on a retake with a Mag 7.
Unless those smokes come in, but they don't have any remaining on their side. The A push starts to come through. No shots landing for Ninjas in Pajamas. Tuanu gets the headshot and Alex finds one as well. Forrest and Get Right trade it back. And now 3 versus 3. Get Right has the scout playing from that truck, playing aggressive, trying to pick up a rifle. Well, he actually gets an SMG. That MP7 that we were talking about earlier starts to push over to barrels. He rotates through on towards the site. Existence holding in a main. Get Right look towards quad. Does know that there's a player there. Was that a flashbang that they put in towards a main? So that's going to fool them to think that Existence isn't there, but they did end up actually peeking that angle and trying to get the trade, but it's not going to be enough. LDLC keep 3 players left alive, put 2 rounds on the board, 2 rifles saved, and that Mag 10 as well.
Yeah, that flashbang from back and quad serves 2 purposes. One, it can obviously allow Existence to go for the peak and check back A main and go, okay, it's clear they've got to be retaking through highway or car, and also it can alternatively fake out that, you know, the LDLC don't have a player in main, but obviously NiP checked it. They assumed it was the former, that a player was in there trying to check out the rest of A main. They just wanted to be flashed from lockers, and that's exactly what it was. So LDLC 2-0, clean. And as you would expect, NiP now with a full eco. They've stacked up on B though, and LDLC aren't getting aggressive early on. They're holding this default. Maniac stuck on the wall. Will make it back. It's mid-control this time for the T's as they just push their players out. Can't get control of vents, but that can come back to hurt them if they push into B towards his stack. However, it's just going to be aggression from the CT side. They begin to push on up. Exist. Ooh, that came close, and he pulls out the P250, but can't finish off the kill. Goes down to Existence. They even save Maniac, who's on 2 HP, so no deaths here from the T's. And NiP now have the money to go for the buy. But LDLC keeping SMGs, going for that bonus, as we always see them do.
Can't stop them. They absolutely love those SMGs, those close-range pocket rifles. As Ninjas in Pajamas look to put their first round on the board with their first rifle round. Not too much utility across the board. Exist already throwing one of those 3 smokes that they have in their back pocket. So they do not have a lot to work with there. LDLC have everything that they need in their arsenal. Obviously lacking the full rifle setup, but that hasn't stopped them before, and certainly isn't going to stop them now as they start to push on towards the A site. Draken tries to go for the spray, but Devil actually manages to win it as they continue to overrun the A site.
Yeah, no utility really for NiP to hold this one, or to push back in, sorry. Plenty of Molotovs to hold it off at LDLC though, and they'll be using them. 2 left as well. This could be pivotal. If they get them out sooner before NiP are back in the site and back into the grasp of the round, LDLC could just stop these CTs from pushing back in. Alex spotted, trying to jump shot, but Exist lands a standing shot onto his body. It's now NiP man advantage taken back. Molly's used once again, but it's Rez to find out one through main as they start to push on back to the site. Tuanu needs to hold the cross. Now it leaves the pressure onto Maniac, and he can't stand up for it, leaving Tuanu alone. Should probably just fall back. This round is going NiP's way, and if he's going to fall back, he should fall back properly because it's getting very dangerous and losing his guns. 14 points of health.
LDLC managed to overrun that site, but they did end up actually taking a significant chunk of damage across all of their remaining players. I think there was 1 player left on full HP, the rest were below half, and that is exactly what Ninjas in Pajamas capitalized on. You saw the player getting taken down on walkway, you saw a spray coming down from main that just landed a body shot, and that was all that was needed, and then finally that player had to back along squeaky corridor and just could not face off against the 4 remaining Ninjas in Pajamas players, opted to save, and LDLC take that loss into the round, and once more they're on this SMG sort of setup. Alex with the CZ, but the rest of them standing true. Rez, Forrest, both finding kills, and it seems to be a clean-up crew on the side of Ninjas in Pajamas, but Tuanu finally gets a kill, but shut down very quickly. Ninjas in Pajamas with a convincing victory in round 5.
I want to see a replay of that. Did you see Forrest getting that last bullet one tap? He sprays down the 2 entries into B and then just taps onto the last guy. Great stuff. Good defense on B. LDLC now buying back up. They've got proper weaponry this time, thank God. It's very rare to see them with that in their hands. And AWP up on Tuanu with everyone else. AKs as well. So no SMGs into this round, but NiP have yet to get that AWP into their arsenal, so still just stuck on the M4s and a couple of saved AKs. The utility is good, and that's something important. Obviously, it was something that was plaguing these guys earlier on, at least into this map, but now they finally set up well. Nothing special, at least from the setup either. We've just got one player playing solo mid, get right, kind of just spotting. He can fall back towards a car or rotate in towards B if needed, if LDLC do go for that vent split in towards a B bomb site, but seems like they're congregating outside of A, drawing Maniac back from the B lurk, setting up for an A play. Aggression, flash, Exist, pushes on in, spots both, but he only gets one. Trade in through, and Alex tagged down to 9 HP is going to retrieve the AWP. LDLC reconsidering their options.
The health advantage still in the favor of Ninjas in Pajamas. All 4 rifles still abound. Get right sprays down through the smoke, through the door as well. Devil does get shut out. That's another rifle down, but Existence pushes onto site. Draken trades him out. 2 players left alive. Rotation to B comes through for LDLC, and Ninjas in Pajamas have to react now. They have to draw those players back off the site and put them on towards B. They know the bomb's over there. They would have spotted that one out. Forrest will be playing that heaven position. Maniac, meanwhile, is planting the bomb. Just trying to go for the retake now. Ninjas in Pajamas setting up onto B.
Yeah, they have the man advantage. This should be doable. The AWP is going to be the most difficult part. If Alex can take down this first vent flank coming out from Draken, this could be good, but Tyler gets the better of him. He misses the shot. Draken gets the first kill, and then it just falls apart from there. NiP back into the site with not a death. 3 rounds going to be found, and the AWP saved onto Draken as well, of all people. As NiP can keep going strong as they pull back a 3-round streak. Yeah, not too bad so far. Of course, LDLC getting the bomb down is going to give them a bit of a boost to the money, and we'll be going for the buy here, although, what's Devil doing, man?
No way. Is LDLC actually going to commit to a full buy at a 5k money point?
What's Devil done? He had 4k coming into this round. I guess he just wants utility, but everyone else has it. He could have gone for a rifle in this situation and just forbidded the vast majority of utility and let everyone else kind of pick that up. But maybe they wanted a full set. We'll see. Draken aggression with the AWP. Nice spot out Devil, but he falls back into the relative safety. In the meantime, it's Exist who's going dangerous and close in main. And Alex on the other side going for the reload. It is a good time to peek, but he doesn't commit to it.
Pushing up Draken. They know that he's up there. Devil is very, very aware of this because, of course, the door was open inwards. That will give them the tip-off that someone has tried to go aggressive here. And Draken catches Devil with his trousers around his ankles, able to pick off the kill. Exist turns the corner on that forklift and just gets the shot off. Tuanu finds Exist, and Get Right is going to clean it out. Team LDLC fall as they go for the push on towards the A-bomb site, only able to get 1 player in the form of Exist, and Ninjas in Pajamas are starting to build up that economic pressure that is going to allow them to take those hits, to go for those hunts at the end of these rounds.
Yeah, really good start to the CT side. The scoreline doesn't really show it as much, but obviously NiP picked up all 4 of the last rounds, including the buys as well. Many of that has been thrown in from LDLC. Obviously, the pistol and the anti-ecos went fairly well for this T side, but it came close. So again, LDLC really haven't shown too much other than the pistol. Their anti-ecos were good, but again, NiP didn't really put too much into it, so yet to be impressed by them on cash. So NiP back into a 4-on-4, have lost Alex in the process on the LDLC side as we see them starting to push up towards the A-bomb site. And Exist knowing this as well. I like the setup from NiP. They're going for the retake. He just plays passive at the back as well. We put more defense on B as 2 players rotate in there, and Draken just supports middle. So this allows a mid-split, and NiP can just wait for the bomb to go down and move in as a unit.
2 smokes still available. Existence and Devil have those pieces of utility still available to them. Ooh. Meanwhile, the rest of the CTs are actually rotating through, but a boost into mid. Tuanu trying to see what he can see. Exist again, pushing into main, but this time Maniac able to shut him down almost immediately. Draken playing back into quad, will be trying to go for the face, but actually falls back, ready to get back up from the rest of his teammates. No information gathered in mid. As LDLC just slow it right down. They do have a man advantage, but their AK player Maniac is on very low HP. 24 total. Rez playing from the forklift, jumping up on top, trying to spot out anything. The LDLC players are trying to flank about, around, and all over the place, but Rez and Get Right shut 2 of them down. Now back to a 2v2, and AWP being picked up by Devil, but that's not going to matter. Time running low. LDLC forced to plant the bomb, so they do know where Maniac is. The rotate coming back in. I'm not too sure what they have a player doing all the way over there. Get Right has fallen all the way back to Z Connector, and now Maniac is going to spot out the player on main. They know exactly where he is. Yet again, 15 HP left. The spray comes through. Get Right trades it out. And that is going to be Ninjas in Pajamas winning yet another round. But it looked a little bit hairy for them.
Yeah, very dicey. The retake setup was fine. That would have been good enough. But LDLC then pick up the man advantage. NiP move back into the site to contest. And that's when it kind of gets dangerous. Because playing around the smokes, you have pistols versus rifles. LDLC definitely in a favorable position there. So NiP, dangerous to move back into the site. But they just get it done on the retake. Attack pause called out from LDLC as they want to have their strategy up their sleeve going into this next buy round.
I don't think we've seen a single tactical pause from NiP
Yeah,
so
you're
far,
right.
whereas LDLC have used at least 3 that I
LDLC
remember.
use a lot though. They have existence. He's always been a big fan of the pauses. So.
I mean, you've got them there. Why not use them? I mean, obviously,
yeah, I don't
it's
like
not,
it.
It's not so interesting for us because we have to sit here and wait and just sort of be excited on the edge of our seats after a win, and we want to see how they're doing. But oh, wait, just hang on a minute. We are just going to think about what's going on. We are going to be back into the game. But yeah, I mean, LDLC using that to their advantage, and why not? It's there. You've got it. It's a resource. You might as well.
Yeah, and NiP never really seeming to do the same thing, actually. That's a big surprise. Good pickup. I didn't even think about that. As we now get into another buy. Fast for Alex, and look at this. Exist is just caught throwing a nade. Alex is going to remove his face as we see LDLC dart onto the A bomb site. It's Draken to respond, catching the cross on the Devil, but Alex will make it safely to the bomb site with the bomb in tow as well. So LDLC, their fast plays worked out great, but Draken has picked up more. A second one, this time through the smoke onto Maniac as we get into the post plants. NiP with a man advantage coming in for the retake.
And this is the power of using those tactical pauses. You get your wits together and you pull it all out, and well, you pull off a take like that and execute onto the A bomb site, leading to a plant, leading to a lot of pressure onto Ninjas in Pajamas. They have to go for this retake now. Tuanu traded back by Get Right. Alex, though, stepping up, trying to go for the spray. Get Right shuts it down. Now it's just existence left. The defuse starts to come through, and Get Right cleans it down once more. Ooh. That is going to be just enough time for Ninjas in Pajamas to put that 6th round on the board, and despite a very quick take from LDLC, they do lose the round.
Yeah, that smoke shot from Draken pretty much single-handedly made that round. If he didn't hit that before they got the bomb down, it would have been LDLC with a 4v4 as NiP came back in for the retake. And, you know, considering how close it got in the 1v2, imagine that being a 2v2. There's no way that NiP would have won that round. Great stuff from Draken, of course, but now we see LDLC back on the buy, looking to just go for the exact same thing, a fast play. Alex, just as he does, flashing himself through the smoke in middle, crosses the vent. I think he may have been spotted, but it's a flash on the other side of the map as they get aggressive in main. However, LDLC still will remain supreme as they continue to push into the bomb site. It's all on Rez. The lone rotator off of B, LDLC shut down everyone.
No bother though, Ninjas in Pajamas do have the economy to sustain through this round and potentially even the next one as well. LDLC, 4 players left alive, don't want to go for the hunt here. The risk is too much for them. Obviously, they are coming into this this rifle round off the back of a string of a few losses, and they do need to keep as much economy on their side as possible. So Ninjas in Pajamas, very much the other side of the coin, and still have the advantage here. If they were to do more economic damage to LDLC, they could have had a distinct advantage, but as it stands, 4 players are going to be able to save, and that is going to mean that LDLC are going to be convincingly strong into at least the next round, if not the next after that.
Yeah, again, the 6-round streak is nothing to Tony knows that here for NiP, so they can't be too worried after just one single loss.
I mean, 10k on Forest.
Yeah, so says it all, doesn't it? Reset potential massively as NiP go back into this round. Draken, slightly less money, but he has been going for that AWP. yeah, enough money to buy up for one more round after this, assuming they maybe save a gun or two. But we'll see. LDLC, again, fast. These guys love it on cash. His existence sets up quickly towards middle. The flashbangs burst him out, and while Get Right will spot the cross. The pre-fire is perfect. He gets the shot onto existence, and Devil will trade along with Alex, dropping Get Right in response. What a start of the round. Sadly, it won't turn into anything more.
Well, what it's turned into is a man advantage now. LDLC have the opportunity to try and pressure that, and it looks like they're going to be doing that towards the B bomb site. The smoke will dissipate relatively quickly. It's just going to be Rez holding there, but Forest will be fast on the rotate. If he opts to go through that vent route, or if he goes around the back as well, he could potentially find what he's looking for. Rez holding face, finds the spray, not quite onto one as Alex takes him down. And now LDLC have the advantage on the B bomb site. Looking to plant the bomb. Does go through. Just a second, maybe. Have they started planting? There we go. Finally comes through. As Forest does spot out a player. Trigger discipline as well. Finds a second, and he's just running through these troops. Tuanu hiding in checkers. Devil not on site either, but they are just going to close out the ever inching closer Ninjas in Pajamas, and LDLC bring them back to a 6-5 scoreline. Ninjas in Pajamas will be able to sustain through this round, but this should be the last of them if they do take the loss here.
Orb is back out and double as well. Draken and Forest. Interesting. Surprised they had enough cash to pull that together, but it's going to be good either way. Just a little lapse on utility. Draken actually kicking things off down on B will shut down Maniac. This is the first time we've seen Orb presence on this side of the map, so maybe not expecting it on Maniac's end, as Draken has been ruthless in both middle and on A. The double Orb as well should catch him out, because maybe LDLC will go, oh, the Orb's on B, let's set up towards the A site, and that's exactly where Forest is poised to attack. So, again, more worry for this T side, and Draken, oh, I love this. Pushing all the way up on the flank. He doesn't need to go any further than here. This is where I'd like to just see the cutoff point, but it doesn't matter because Get Right's already found an entry in the meantime, and Draken just whips out the USP and pistol whips existence, shutting down LDLC's push again. And only Forest has gone down. I imagine that will be all that we will see. Rez finishes off the job, and NiP, they're back in with another one. So as soon as you think LDLC are starting to wrap rounds together, it just falls apart. They get reset as well.
Half buy, do you imagine? Or are they going to just full save?
They could full buy into this. If you look,
yeah, but I mean, it's LDLC. There's a pause. They're going to be on attack pause, I imagine. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So here we go. We could just see who is it on 9K? Someone was on 9K. We could just see them drop over 2 rifles, and you know, we could see a full buy easily. They could easily get a full buy here, just to clarify. Or we could see them go for this crazy LDLC, 2 UMPs, 1 AK, 2 CZs, rush A, and then buy them next round. Which, to be honest, I think in this situation doesn't mean too badly, because it usually comes off the back of a reset. That's when LDLC typically throw this in, and on the T side especially. So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't even be too much against this buy. No, they do it a little less than I would have liked. A lot of Mac 10s, but hey, they've been doing these kind of buys all day, and it's been working, so why not?
Yeah, sure.
Fast A as well.
Fast A, you called it. You called it exactly right. You lucky boy.
What can I say? I've been watching all these demos.
Well, we have been seeing a lot of LDLC. I think this is the 3rd series we cast in 2 days of them, so I'm getting a little bit more familiar with their playstyle. The stack towards Squeaky could go poorly. Exist shuts down 2 straight away. Forest not quite able to get a kill, but is going to take existence very, very low. The Deagle in his hands. Draken, I think he just spotted out the shoulder there. Will be aware of Alex waiting. Does actually whiff the shot and is sprayed down for his trouble. Rez has taken down Tuanu in the meantime, but all of these T players very, very low. Finally does go down in the end, but 2 players already taken off the board. Existence with the Deagle has the opportunity to take down a 3rd with a nice shot to the head, and these players only need 1 body shot now with that Deagle trying to jump back, but he is completely blind. Doesn't quite manage to find the jump, but it's not going to matter. As I said, both of these players, all that they need is 1 Deagle body shot. It doesn't even need to be the head. They're both below that threshold. Exist will be the first faced. Forest playing up towards the forklift on the A bomb site, and Existence looks like he's just waiting a little bit longer. If he peeks out, he could spot Existence here.
Timing is going to be One of the most important things, will Forrest hold the angle? And he does, but he hits a headshot anyway. Existence! Oh, that could have happened. Gets peeked by Exist, so goes down. And the pistol buy does not work out, but Team LDLC bring it damn close. And here's where we see the AKs back in. Now, I feel like against some teams, what that buy from LDLC would do is convince the opposing team that they forced and now they're eco. I want to see that eventually happen, and then I want to see the CT side go for an SMG and go, oh, they're eco now, buy up an MP9, and then LDLC take advantage of that. Unfortunately, of all these buys we've done, we've never seen that, and NiP aren't a team to really fall for these kind of mistakes. I feel like this could work massively against maybe lower tier teams and be a really good way of actually upsetting them. But again, Draken playing the angle, walking back as he doesn't commit to the fight. Spotted by Devil, but he goes back in. You would have heard that zoom as well. Draken just doesn't want to commit. Not worth it.
Very disciplined. LDLC execute on towards the site. Exist is waiting, but Twanu shuts it down. Draken on the back of the site, able to close out one. Twanu again chiming in. Now it's Get Right on the back, playing from truck. 3 versus 3. The AWP still available for LDLC, but Forest is not going to be available for Ninjas in Pajamas anymore. Get Right and Rez. Potentially looking for the exit frags here. Don't think they want to go for the rotate in and go for the retake. Maniac shuts down Get Right, and that is going to seal the deal. Ninjas in Pajamas just looking for anything they can get from this point forwards. Rez might be able to find onto Twanu. Could go for a Ninja. Has not got a smoke available, actually. Does have the kit. Spots on one player. Doesn't manage to land the headshot. That could have been a whole different story, but Twanu turns all the way to the right. 90-degree flick and lands the shot. LDLC put another round up on the board.
Worrying. That could have actually happened. I mean, he could have realistically won that round. If he took down Twanu, took out the flank as well, and main, suddenly that's a realistic clutch. That being said, it's 8-6 here in favour of NiP, and they've got to force things up for the last round of the half. Team LDLC, the driving seat for a change. And I mean, max this half for LDLC is going to be 7 rounds, so the reverse of what we saw in the previous map. Obviously 8-7 in favour of LDLC. And Draken, look at this aggression. He's going to make a lot of noise, but it doesn't matter. He still hits a shot. Devil cannot defend with the AK, and that's just a gun picked up, and he just runs for the hills. Doesn't even want to push any more with that. So NiP, man advantage, gun upgrade. Got to be sitting pretty.
Looking to take the 9-6 half. LDLC obviously looking for that 8-7, but they'll have to do a little bit more work than that, and now there's man disadvantage. It's going to be much trickier than they had previously anticipated. Bomb towards the boost as they slow it down, play into that mid, try and just gain ground. And I don't think we've seen much mid control being taken from LDLC before.
No, but look at this. We've got a triple B side up here from NiP. They get that gun, they actually rotate everyone over towards the B side of the map, apart from Forest. And we've not seen a lot of presence on B towards LDLC's favour anyway. So this is a big risk to take in the final round of the half, especially with LDLC being given so much control over middle. NiP are just hoping that they go for this vent split. And actually, I say that, it seems like it may even happen. Maniac. He gets a pick, and that's not all bad for NiP, because with that pick, LDLC are likely just going to walk into the B site now. But the issue is there's still extra players there because of the pre-rotation. Alex kills an A player, and now it's going to be the B push.
Still 2 players alive. They're not done just yet. Draken still has that rifle. The FAMAS did fall earlier on, and Draken anchoring the back of the site. Rez finds the headshot with a deagle as well. They are just going to go for the spray through. Draken finds yet another, and that is going to be LDLC with the backstab. Get Right closes out the half. Ninjas in Pajamas take it 9-6, and we will see how they're going to be able to fare in the second half after this short break.
Second map, or second half of the second map, will be up in just a second. It's a 9-6 lead in favour of NiP, finally looking good coming into this map number 2. How are you feeling about this? Still happy with your prediction?
Still sticking with my prediction. I think NiP will just be able to close this one out. LDLC have shown some decent rounds in there. They have had some good A executes, but it wasn't quite enough to put them at a favourable scoreline. And NiP, I think, could have some tricks up their sleeve on their T side.
I think it'll be very interesting to watch. Again, this is kind of the map that we expected of NiP to pick up of the two, and I did say it would be probably not as close as the other games that we've seen. It's currently leading in that way, so yeah, things are going under control, I think, for the time being. Pistol's going to be very important. If LDLC can pick things up, then again, this can be a complete land sweep. They can bring landslide. They can sweep it back in their favour, and who knows? But we've got NiP on the pistol round T side, and full armour, no utility. Interesting stuff.
They're going to spot out that mid aggression straight away, and that's going to lead them to rush straight onto the A site up highway. Alex rotating through, trying to land the shots with the USP. Finds one to back up the first kill that they had earlier on, but the trades start to come through now. Alex still not done. Exist shuts him down. Finally, 2 versus 2, get right. And Exist on the A bomb site, trying to land their shots, but Existence and Maniac mean that LDLC do take the pistol round. They've been really strong on their pistol rounds in all of these series.
Yeah, been very effective at them, while they haven't always closed out the second one.
They haven't dropped one today.
Is that true? Versus Navi as well in 2 maps?
Yeah, because they won the first one, didn't they? They pushed on. Oh, no, sorry, they didn't.
I don't remember.
They didn't,
so
because they pushed onto the bomb site.
Look at these odds, though. Okay. I feel like we're somewhat swaying the odds, because the scoreline is fairly equal at the half. Yeah, in terms of our predictions. Or at least my predictions.
That's a lot of responsibility.
I'm rigging the games. No, I'm not. Please don't believe me.
Yeah, don't do that.
Rifles up for LDLC. Only 2 of them. One of them will be striking. That's Existence down on B, and aggression. Devil almost goes down there. That could have been dirty, as he gets one done with the MP9. NiP caught out on the outside of B. They're just being surrounded from all areas. Devil's wrapping in through the T spawn. We've got Existence still here raining out death with the rifle. And NiP, not a hope in hell of getting out of this position for the time being with this flank.
3 players left alive, so 3 chances to come up big for Ninjas in Pajamas. Pushing in. Oh, they will hear this one out. Devil is in prime position. Will spot it out. The spray comes through. Ducks behind the sign to block the shots and lands it onto the skull of Get Right. Trying to rotate in and find another, but this time it's his turn to be spotted out. Exist. Able to spray it down with the CZ. Finally closes out the kill and is able to pick up the MP9 for his trouble. Probably won't be too effective, though. All of the enemies pretty much have full armor. Only Existence doesn't have that head armor, so he's going to be that prime target. Trying to find him out, but he is all the way on the other side of the map towards the B bomb site. The bomb now rotating actually towards the A site as well. They do have 2 Molotovs, 1 flash. 18 seconds left on the clock, though. They are going to have to move quickly and get these frags.
This position for Tuano is so important, because it's so unlikely they're going to check this, especially not with Alex baiting them. There's the shot. The time's already run out. Tuano has peaked out for even more. Nice $600 made. And a team ace almost. As Devil mops up 2. Maniac doesn't take a kill, but everyone else does get themselves on the board. LDLC, 8 rounds, so they find the anti-eco. They do a good job of that as well. NiP now having to go for the full eco. This should be LDLC up to a 9-9 scoreline, an equal score. Moving into the second half before we eventually see the buy-up from NiP. But that's where things get interesting, I think, at least.
We've seen this scoreline before. We saw it last game in favour of LDLC that time. And they were able to take it back and take it to... well, they were nearly able to take it back for NiP, but LDLC did close it out. So Ninjas in Pajamas are looking to emulate their opponents once more. See if they're able to do it. I don't think with the Glocks they're going to have much chance on this round, but after this, they will be able to buy up. And if they don't take too many kills here, that MP9 and those UMPs could force LDLC onto a bonus round. And they could have the advantage going into the 4th round of the half.
Flash into main. Devil looking for the pick, jumping and spraying, but they're going to start to assert on his position, just trying to chase him down. They do. The Glock working out for Rez as he dinks down Devil, but it's only an MP9 given over. Not exactly a saving grace here for NiP. But still, they've got 2 more players to contend with outside the out on the A site. But already the flank coming in from Maniac, so yeah, they're cornered here. They've not got a lot of options, and they will be there one of their last. Bomb dropped by Tuano, but He's dinked down very low. Got to cross back towards the site as NiP left with 2 players standing. Tuanu takes a fight, maybe not the best idea. But this round still should be going in favour of NiP despite the weapons picked up.
Alex looking towards main, not trying to spot out Get Right, but Existence is waiting in the sidelines. Alex closes it down, and LDLC bring the scorelines even. 9-9, the precinct scoreline. LDLC just looking to buy up, figuring out what they're going to do.
Yeah, probably going to keep with the SMGs again. This is something so common at them. I mean, they don't even keep with them. They literally buy them up. I think Devil just bought a UMP. Didn't even save it. He just bought a new one. Had money for the rifle, but who needs it, right? SMGs making money, even into buy rounds. Apparently it's not working out this time, although I say that. Alex pulls one back and takes him out advantage for LDLC. It's 3 rifles left in the hands of NiP, but out through the smoke, it's a dangerous push from Exist. Goes down to the hands of Devil. And LDLC, they literally buy up UMPs into a buy round where they have money, and somehow it works.
What's going on? What is going on? LDLC are just doing so much better than anyone expected on every single one of these rounds. On CT side, Ninjas in Pajamas looked very, very convincing, but now LDLC, it's their turn to shine, and they're doing just that. Trying to go for this retake, and Get Right is starting to come online as well as Draken, and now Ninjas in Pajamas have shed the weights. They are looking to pick this one up. Maniac has the FAMAS in hand, tries to go for the spray from distance, isn't quite able to land, trades it out for an AK. Now looking for the headshots, the one shots to the skull. Get Right and Draken both in very, very good positions here, actually. Get Right up on the boost position, able to trade it back straight away, and that is going to be Ninjas in Pajamas taking a round 2 versus 4.
Yeah, round they should never be taking. LDLC over face and getting a bit overconfident, and this is what we talked about. These guys can't afford to do that, especially not on a map where NiP is, it's their bread and butter. It's what they want to play. So, yeah, dangerous. LDLC paying the price. Hopefully we won't see that kind of mistake again come out from them as they put the money properly in this time. They learn to reinvest. A double AWP found on Tuanu and Existence, and the M4s as well on the other players. So a really good buy actually for LDLC. And considering NiP don't have an AWP in play just yet, makes it even more effective.
If they're able to get up close, though, it won't matter too much. Let's just see a repeat performance as the AWP in bathrooms that we saw on Overpass earlier. But very unlikely, very rare sort of plays to come through. Ninjas in Pajamas looking to find ground across the map, and once more playing it a little bit slower, burning down the time. Alex now starting to go for the counter boost, but it looks like they're aware of the potential here, but the boost comes through as well. Forrest could find himself in a whole heap of trouble. The headshot comes out, a bit of damage being ticked over, but it's not going to be enough. There's the Molotov, but that's too little too late, I'm afraid. You've already lost the Forest. The trees have been cut down. And
Maniac has just dropped back in through the vents, so LDLC give up mid-control completely. They just rotate off passively. And NiP have no option for refragging here. Rez attempts to get a pick outside the A site, but Devil's not even going to contest with that. He just falls back again. LDLC actually playing this one right. Unlike the previous round where they were over-facing and committing to gunfights they shouldn't do, but this time it's working out. They found that first pick and they've just fallen back. Devil with a second is now going to reposition. Maniac picks up one in the meantime as well. He's just going to push through, waits for the reloads, wait for the right time to strike, but unfortunately he pushes too early. Get Right takes him down. There should still be enough defense here from LDLC to close out this round.
Hey, remember what happened last time these two were taking onto the A site? Tuanu, though, shuts it off onto just Get Right left. Now looking for the faces, he lands another headshot, unaware of a player still playing quad. It could be disastrous for him, and it's not going to go well. Alex is able to bring the scoreline even once more. 10-10, both double digits, both teams looking to catapult themselves into the lead here. Could go either way, but Ninjas in Pajamas, you need to set it up, and this could be the first tactical pause coming out from them.
Don't
no.
be silly.
It's LDLC, what am I talking about? Of course it's not NiP. It's only LDLC ever that take a tactical pause.
Or 10.
One for each round?
Well, one for every other round, actually. You can see it's 10-10.
That they've won?
Or you could, yeah, but you didn't specify that.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you're right, I didn't. Oh,
yeah,
how silly of me.
Short pause for LDLC, again, off the back of a reset as well, so that's quite important. So, yeah. Good for LDLC in terms of money now, but again, I'm impressed that they managed to put up such a fight on this map. I thought this map, NiP would be running away with it, but actually, to be honest, it seems like LDLC feel more dominant on this map overall than NiP do in any sense of the word, despite the scorelines being literally the same. So hopefully now we're going to start to see one team take the lead. I don't like all these force buy wars we've been having throughout the day. But again, who knows? NiP's money is going to be down in the dumps, but we'll see what they'll be putting in anyway. Yeah, force buy up as you would expect. The reset as Exist throws over a rifle to Rez. Everyone else is down on pistols and not much utility as well to work with. It's LDLC's round to win. And they've got a double UMP as well, just to make themselves some more money, because it's not like they had enough.
Well, it's LDLC. What would they be without those SMGs? They do need something, but not quite the full rifle. Otherwise, they do feel a little bit exposed, a little bit bare, naked in the breeze. Ninjas in Pajamas looking to go for a push on towards the B site. Resistance holding at the back. Maniac on site, gets the spray. Actually, sorry, Existence gets the AWP shot. Finds a second as well. Looking for a third, but Draken shuts it down. Alex is able to come in as well. Lands the USP headshot, and this is a brilliant hold from LDLC. As Ninjas in Pajamas just fall 1 by 1, only getting 2 frags in return. Both AWPs saved. And only a Galil picked up, actually, for Maniac. But it's a rifle nonetheless, and use it they will. Moving into round number 7, 11-10, LDLC looking to stretch their lead now.
Yeah, and going to get a great opportunity to do it as well, with Ninjas in Pajamas not having any money to go for this. Only a Deagle on Draken. It's going to be Glocks on everyone else here for this T side, and LDLC starting to build up more and more money per round. Now opting to go for the rifles, and Galil on the CT side, not the most common pickup here for Maniac, but didn't have an AK in the previous round, and already we've got Aggression Devil pushed up in main, spots Rez. Alex will pick up a kill in middle as well, and this is just going to be 1 by 1 by 1. NiP falling apart. Not really expecting too much here from this T side.
Putting their eggs into the A basket, and now it looks like they have to fall back as well. Ninjas in Pajamas look a little bit at a loss for what to do. Forrest saying, do you know what? Okay, just put me up on top, see if I can land a headshot, and Alex falls to a brilliant, nice Deagle one tap down the mid from the boost. They're now watching that position. Rotates come out from Ninjas in Pajamas, so they will no longer be there. And once more, Forrest looking to get boosted up into a sneaky little position. They will not be watching the cross though, so they wouldn't have known that anyway. They are both just split 2-2 on A and B bomb sites. That's all they need to do. They know they're going to be against pistols. They know that they can take those trades. Even a 3 versus 2 on either site will be favorable for LDLC if Ninjas in Pajamas aren't able to get anything, and don't think they're going to be able to do anything when Tuanu has his AWP trained straight down the mid. Exist falls.
Yeah, I'm not expecting too much more. Get Right will pick up 1 kill in the meantime, but again, time sticking away from them, and a flank from Existence flashes through, doesn't commit with it though. Dangerous, as he is going to be chased down a little bit by Forrest. Get Right actually finding himself in the A bomb site. He could really do some damage here. Tuanu's holding the wrong angle. Yeah, this is massive. The plant down for middle. The issue is this rotation up through mid, and Tuanu actually pushes aggressively from the back of the site, so he drops Get Right, but the bomb's still planted. They need to get on this defuse quickly, but Forrest is wrapping the long way round. He'll be able to defend this over from main as well. He'll have the angle, but he's got to hurry up. They're not on the bomb just yet, and they have no idea where he's coming from. I think they might have just worked it out. Molly down, peek from Forrest, 2 shots, 1 kill, and he lands more as well, but he doesn't finish off the job. Tuanu puts down to 13. LDLC, they will clinch it.
Oh, so close to stopping the defuse coming through as well there. The Deagle doing such good work for him, but unfortunately just at the final moments, it didn't ring true. Both AWPs saved over onto Team LDLC. Ninjas in Pajamas now looking to go for that full rifle by 2 rounds in it. Very, very close to both of these teams, but LDLC just have the lead. We've seen this sort of scoreline before. Keep drawing comparisons to the previous map, but so similar. And LDLC Devil finally getting a push through, and it's making it work. Forrest trades it back.
Yeah, and with that trade, they might just burst out into this A site as well. They have Rez already pushed up towards Squeaky Deep, and with no one coming in through mid, this is going to be a bit of a lapse attack from NiP. They have everyone committing through main, but Tuanu, double kill. Great shot to the AWP, and he is just going to shut down this NiP push. With just 2 left now, they've got to make a miracle happen. Draken up in main, and Rez finds a pick, but he's tagged in the process, trying to find Tuanu, but he doesn't miss today. 3 kills in the round. AWP versus AWP. As Draken attempts to move back out, this is going to be a horrible position to be in.
will spot out the players. Both AWPers missing.
Oh, no.
Tuanu finds the last shot, and that's going to be LDLC again, just starting to edge themselves ever closer to that victory that is so unpredicted here. Another Tuanu with that flick. That is beautifully played by him. Able to get the final kill as well. He got 4 kills in that round, holding down that A site like an absolute madman. LDLC going to be patting him on the back, but Ninjas in Pajamas going to be trying to console themselves after that one. Unfortunately, they are going to be back on this sort of semi-weird force by Draken, the only AK.
Yeah, not a full investment from every player, but some players have spent all their cash, like Draken, for example, so it's very dependent on them getting the bomb down to combine with them. Loss bonus as they start to push out fast. Tuanu again, Molotov to take down Draken, and the AWP drops Forest, and again, Tuanu's just firing off on all cylinders. This A bomb site is not being allowed for NiP, and LDLC again just shut them down with no deaths, and with no bomb plant there, players like Draken are going to struggle to buy, but everyone else has the cash, so it's okay. We can get full AKs up, I think, just Draken down on a Deagle. So, yeah, not too bad of a buy for NiP, but LDLC really going above and beyond expectations here.
I'm not sure if it's all of LDLC. I think Tuanu has just stepped it up a notch, completely outclassing his previous performance so far. I mean, he's had some good plays, but that is something special. That A site is his, and he is not letting it go without a fight. Consistently able to pick off those aggressing ninjas. He is spotting them out. Light may not touch a ninja, but certainly is touched by the AWP of LDLC. Tuanu is just a force to be reckoned with. Now, a new round, a new day. Ninjas in Pajamas need to pick it up, and they are looking to do so by moving towards this A-side aggression yet again. There is a player pushed up in the form of Maniac outside of Warehouse. Forest trying to spot what he can and allowing Rez to jump up. They have checked the counter boost there. Might have an inkling that someone's pushed up, so they think that potentially there's someone on the counter boost, but it wasn't to be. Ninjas do have an oversee onto mid, and they are just biding their time, dropping it below a minute before anything really happens.
Yeah, very slow start, but the bomb's going to make its way up through Squeaky. So NiP looking to commit to this A site, and they have no option to rotate back around as well. The same boost from Alex and Forest as well for both teams, as Alex just gets aggressive, knowing Forest has a flashbang in his hand, takes the kill, and comes in quick from the back lines. Rez is there for the defense, and he gets the kill. So NiP pull it back, a 3-on-3 in play. Still leaves Tuanu as an issue, but Draken just going to deke him out. 1 shot, 1 kill. A Maniac up against 2 low players in the site with very little time is going to be able to drop the bomb. They can't plant it. Exist comes back in, but he's late in through middle. And while Existence is alone, all he has to do is delay them for another 10 seconds. They don't have time for this. He wraps back round, trying to stop the bomb. Won't be able to. Rez doesn't know he's close. Pistol out, going to make some noise. And there we go. Existence, he just jumps on the bomb. Spots the last player as well. He doesn't stick it this time. Waiting out with the AWP. Goes to the wide face and Exist shuts it. So very, very close. LDLC in a position where they could have won that round, but NiP, luckily, with that late flank from Exist up middle, are going to be able to change the tide and find themselves 11.
We're in a very strange economic situation here with Ninjas in Pajamas not being able to full buy here if they want to have that utility across the board. Those AKs, actually, yeah, they are going to be fully bought, but as I said, 2 of those players, utility not very strong at all. LDLC, in the meantime, able to pick up anything they need. Looking for an AWP and 4 M4s. They didn't opt to go for the double AWP setup, which we have seen from them before. Tuanu going to be picking that one up, and once again, perching himself on the back of the A site. Looking for any aggression from the ninjas, but none to be seen just yet. Playing it close on mid once more. Alex is pushed up. Draken again looking for that peek over. They are very, very careful for this counter boost because this is twice now that it's bitten them from the behind. Forest is going to be underneath. Alex actually gets the shutdown onto Forest once again. That's the 3rd time that's happened. Didn't even need the counter boost. Get Right pushes straight through the smoke. Sorry, Alex pushes straight through the smoke onto Get Right, but they just fall back. And that's Rez to trade it back. Yeah,
with that pick out on A and a second tag onto Devil, they're just going to commit to the site. No. Devil low, still hits a shot, but he's traded by Rez. So 3-on-3 for NiP. We've seen this situation before. Bomb going down, and Alex coming back in from the long flank from Squeaky, but he'll have to take his time, having to sneak his entire way back into the round. However, he's still going to be in a pivotal position to shut these guys down. Orb shot misses in the hand of Exist, swaps that back out for an AK, and Alex, he needs to strike now. He's in a perfect spot, does do it, but he's tagged in the process. 4 HP, Get Right holding from the boost, and Rez holding from the back of quad. NiP should have this crossfire set up, but LDLC have the manpower. Time of the essence as Existence goes down. Get Right, a massive kill, and Maniac trades it back. It's all on to Get Right. He gets the first. Maniac doesn't stick the bomb, and Get Right, he's just playing with time, doesn't want to commit to the fight. We've got the defuse round the box. Maniac, he might get away with it. There's so little time, and Get Right, he finds the frag, and with 12 HP left, NiP keeps standing. 12 rounds, Get Right does it.
I would have loved to know exactly how much time he had left on the defuse. Ninjas in pajamas on by the skin of their teeth, able to get that one and once more. What else would happen at a time like this? LDLC go for yet another tactical pause. At this point, do they have a hotkey for it? Like, is it something that they accidentally slip off and hit? Like
bind spacebar exclamation mark pause.
Put exclamation mark pause in the chat if you love that stuff going on. But LDLC are going to be taking that one, and after a loss like that, they are going to be reeling. NiP again, not out of it just yet, but we've.
This is literally this is overpass.
Do it again.
This is overpass.
This is exactly what we saw before.
Yeah,
we saw it.
Overpass.
We saw it a little bit closer actually on. Sorry, a little bit more of a disparity on 14-8. I think the scoreline was. They brought it all the way to 14-14, and then LDLC finally found those 2 rounds to close it out. But NiP once more just champing at the bit, trying to get back into it, and they just need to close out a few more rounds, and LDLC do not have the economy to put much on the board. Full armor, no helmets, against a MAC-10 and a UMP.
But again, take into account this is LDLC with pistols, so we can't say NiP have guaranteed this round, because again, they're so dangerous with these guns. And while the old roster, the old French roster was known as LDLC Z75, this one still, echoes some of that skill. Maniac in the vents, gonna go down straight away. Maybe not repeating what I thought. Draken double entry and Exist follows up. NiP are running rampant over the bomb site, and they are not giving up this round. A clean one, it seems, and lots of money built up from Draken's MAC-10 as he looks for a 4th kill. May as well spot it. Oh, that's unfortunate, but it's not a gun given away. Nothing that Tuanu will play with next round. As LDLC, they concede that one. 13 to NiP. This comeback, it's happening. It's happening, isn't it?
I believe. Now, LDLC have a choice here.
Eco. Yeah, don't buy. That's silly. Look at the money. 3K? No. There's no reason why you should buy. Yep. Put in pistols,
CZs.
put in armor. Yeah, you got loss bonus. How many rounds is this in a row now for NiP? 4? It should be max loss after this. LDLC will definitely be able to buy it. They'll be able to pull in that double AWP that we've been seeing. The fact that both Tuano and Existence aren't buying armor makes me think we're seeing the double AWP as well.
Yeah, that does make sense. In terms of the economy moving forward into the next rounds, but both of these games going down to the wire, and LDLC putting in such a long performance here. Maniac trying to peek out, but Exist is just going to shut it down. The rotate's starting to come through. Existence in the vent, trying to pick up anything he can get. Exist shuts anything down that they were hoping for, and now 2 players left alive. Draken on the backside. Alex will probably meet his maker here. Doesn't actually spot it out and is able to drop down, but Get Right deals with it perfectly. Tuanu, now last man left standing, has the deagle, has the dream, but I don't think it's going to be quite enough. Ninjas in Pajamas looking to put that even scoreline once more. 14-14 on the board. Oh, I'm getting choked up thinking about Ninjas in Pajamas maybe even winning a map.
Choking as much as LDLC here with the 14 rounds, but again, overpass. NiP brought it all the way back to 14-14, and that's when we saw the 2 rounds in a row here from LDLC. So, again, opportunity. We've got the double AWP in next round probably. We've got full rifles at a bare minimum, sorry. But NiP, they're going to be able to bar up for last 2 as well, so it's not an issue. They keep everyone alive for a couple of rounds in a row. 14-14. I'm feeling a pause right now. That's what I'm feeling.
Do you think for LDLC?
I think, yeah.
I think
we've not seen NiP.
They need to pause, really, if we're honest. But yeah, so that's the double AWP setup, which he predicted from the lack of armor buys in the previous round.
No kits.
But no kits.
Devil? Yeah, Devil gets one.
Yeah, I was going to say. He does have enough money, so he does pick that one up. A no-brainer, really, especially this crucial of a round. A little bit of flak damage popping through the shutter, but it's not going to be enough to really have that much of an effect. Maniac taken down to 80. I think that's 88 or 86. I can't quite see from here. But
ooh, what's going on here?
Oh.
Round's been cancelled, I imagine. Maybe we'll get some confirmation. Everyone's AFK. And well, yeah, no, this should be a cancelled round. Everyone's holding off on both sides.
Oh, there's a technical pause for LDLC.
Twanu crash, maybe?
So there's a server problem, according to our admin.
Why now? 14-14.
It's so close, but LDLC, because of course none of the kills had happened so far into the round. A little bit of damage had actually gone through. But it would have been at the start of the round that it was called that there was a technical issue, so that should have been fine.
Yeah, it looked a bit weird. It did look a bit weird. I imagine they were putting something in the chat or saying something because everyone was kind of standing still and no one was doing anything. But yeah, I'm sure we'll be back in just a second. Do not go anywhere. You don't want to miss this. I don't need to say that. I know no one's going anywhere. It's 14-14. Why would you want to leave? This is as close as you can get, and as close as Overpass was. Who knows? I'm predictions out the window at this point.
I think so.
Again, especially the pause is going to throw in a bit of mental imbalance, I think, for both teams. I'm sure they both want to get on. They know their game plan. They want to get on with the next round. But yeah, unfortunately, some things you can't account for. So it's going to definitely put these guys off.
Well, you never know. At a time like this, it's clutch or kick, really, for both of these teams. NiP really wanted to take home this map. LDLC have already taken a map against predictions versus NiP, but they've had a really strong showing on both of these maps. But NiP obviously not to be discounted both times. They've gotten to at least 14 rounds guaranteed on both of these maps, which obviously designates a very close scoreline. So teams seem to be evenly matched. Not too sure what that means for LDLC moving forwards, because that's a very good achievement for them.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, they've had a bit of a tough time up against Na'Vi and Astralis, losing 0-2 yesterday and today to those respective teams, and now up against NiP. We were impressed that they took the first map. I think I expected it a little bit, but again, still it's LDLC. It's always hard to tell. They are very inconsistent. And yeah, again, the same with NiP. If they can take a 2-0 this series, I'd be very happy with them. They could boost their way up towards the higher part of the standings. Again, LDLC sitting about 10th place, I think, right now. So not the worst, but definitely not where they want to be coming into this season. They want to avoid that relegation spot massively as well. We've currently got, I think, like G2, Mousesports, and Na'Vi in the bottom three. So of all teams, you've got a team that a team that should be one of the best teams in the world. That's Na'Vi. You've got G2, who won last, or came second last EPL. And, it's just a really weird kind of table right now. But maybe things will change.
Obviously, of course, not all of the teams having played the same amount of games. We've got Fanatics out at the top. They have played quite a lot of their games so far. They do have a good record. I think it's 11-5. So still a very strong record. Imagine they'll be ending up somewhere near the top 6, if not probably one of the higher up teams in there. I think it's North sat just below them on about 9.
Can we get the standings up so we can kind of just clarify everything, if that's possible? That'd be very helpful, just to double check everything. Hopefully that will come up. But yeah, sorry, carry on.
Yeah, so I mean, you've got these teams who have played a lot at the top, but you've also got a few teams who have played quite a bit at the bottom. I mean, you've got Na'Vi, who has actually now, after that matchup, I believe they've played what they had 7-3, so they would have played at least 13 games so far. In these weeks.
5 and 7. So yeah.
Was it 5?
Well, it was 3 and 7 before tonight, but they won 2-0. So
yes.
Yeah, 5 and 7.
So they would have played up to that point.
I think the most surprising part about all of this is, again, G2 are low in second last place. I remember last season, because I was casting last season, and G2 were literally in the bottom place for, I think, every week up until the last 2-3 weeks, and suddenly they just shot up to the very top of the league in a couple of game days. It was insane, and then obviously, we all know how well they did at the finals. So it's crazy to see them at the bottom place again 2 seasons in a row. But I'm not worried for them just yet. We'll see how they perform in the latter stages of this season, and see if they can repeat what they did earlier on. Obviously, NiP 3rd place. I think that's something that surprised a lot of people. The roster change of adding Rez was obviously a great roster change, but we haven't really seen them perform on LAN just yet, since, actually have a good performance on LAN since. So now at least they're proving themselves here in EPL. Hopefully they'll make it to finals and we can see them again with this roster. FaZe, a team I think a lot of people expected a little bit more from. In terms of score, they're doing very well, 7-3. Obviously Fnatic have played far more than them. But I want to see how they're going to do carrying on into the season, because currently, in my opinion, FaZe have the roster of the best team in the world, but we don't have it down on paper yet to prove it.
Well, they have a lot of time left to prove it. We are in week 5, and I think there's 7 weeks total in the EPL so far. to try and organize that top 6. So they'll be going on towards the LAN, I believe. The top 6 will be going back towards LAN, won't
Yeah.
they? Yeah. So obviously they want to end up there. FaZe Clan, as you say, one of the best rosters in the world. Fnatic sat at the top currently, but they're going to be looking to dethrone them later on, moving forwards, playing more games. Obviously, they still have that three-loss record. We are now back into the game. Scoreline isn't up on there, but it will be fixed. 14-14 is the scoreline, remember, so whoever wins this does get match point. They will be able to pick that one up. And all to play for.
One thing important to note as well is the buys changed since. We've had Existence now go for the M4 over the AWP, so no double AWP in play. First time we've seen this boost as well from LDLC up on the site. That's going to be Devil towards the back box. And now NiP set up fast towards B. So actually this double AWP, or lack of double AWP, is okay because it means they don't have to retake with 2 AWPs, although Existence is on the site anyway. And we're going to have NiP play contact, walking in, trying to spot these players, and now they burst. Now they make the footsteps, but Maniac defends for once. Shot in through the smoke low. Existence puts up numbers as well with a single kill, dropping the bomb. And with this smoke, it's perfect. He can just spot their legs as they walk in. Existence has found 3 kills. Bet he's glad he stuck with the M4.
Draken chimes in with 2, now rotating through towards CT, does not have the bomb available. Will try and spot out Get Right as he is on the rotate on the back flank. Draken, all the play for LDLC, looking to put themselves onto map point, tip themselves onto that 15th round, which is exactly what happened on Overpass.
Yeah.
The pass coming back to haunt them here. Draken pushing up towards Heaven, going up the ramp. This could be a little bit unexpected. I don't know if they think that this is a possibility. Maniac has rotated in towards the vent. The generator finds 2, and he falls back, but there we go. Devil finally able to shut it down. LDLC put 15 rounds on the board, and Ninjas in Pajamas once more in a do or die. They need to put everything into this final round. They need to go to overtime.
I think the most surprising part about all of this is everyone on NiP has 0 kills apart from Draken. He's the only man able to put up numbers. I think minus everyone and just keep Draken. He can just 1v5. He's been doing it this entire game. Look at the scoreboard. It's crazy. No, obviously I'm joking. But yeah, again, Overpass 2.0 it seems. LDLC find the map and match point after taking a significant beating from the side of NiP with a big comeback. Now again, the boost. We didn't get it used last round, of course. No one saw it. This time it's Twanu up there, not with the AWP, as they couldn't save it from the previous round, but he's up there with the UMP. Not the best gun for the job, I must say. I would like to see an M4 up there, or an AK instead, because that's a dangerous gun to be using from a range from that boost. But we'll see if it comes into any kind of effect. Because, of course, if NiP push up through middle and they split up highway, and then Twanu has to kill them from the boost on highway, that's just so hard to hit with the UMP, at least consistently. So, we'll see. Fast into middle from NiP. Already Existence falling back.
Pushing into that mid, that presence trying to come through for Ninjas in Pajamas, and they have now started to push that one in. No real presence there. They have got that player in Squeaky, so it looks like they're going to be setting up towards this A site, or potentially go for a rotate and go for that B and watch for the backstab from Rez playing in Squeaky. But
yeah.
3-player stack on towards the A bomb site. If they do opt to go for it, could go pretty poorly for them. Looking to pour in through the vents, potentially rotating the bomb through past Sunroom, but this is the wrong decision.
Yeah, they back off, they give up B site, and that could have been the answer to all their problems. Luckily, this boost from Twanu could come back to haunt him. As Get Right starts to push up through middle, that UMP is not going to be best at range, but Draken opens up. Aggression in main from Devil gets punished. And Twanu, he is going to have to go so big, but they'll spot him coming up through middle. He drops the bomb, but here is what I talk about. He can't kill them with the UMP. He needs an M4, and that means everyone will fall apart from LDLC, leaving just Maniac to come back in for the retake. Catches one off guard, but it's a 1v3, and NiP have the numbers. Rez will shut him down, and for the final map of the night, we have OT.
Wow. Okay, so Ninjas in Pajamas doing what they couldn't do on Overpass, putting themselves to that 15-15 scoreline. Ninjas in Pajamas will be going to overtime against LDLC.
Very, very interesting stuff, at least. And again, I thought this would be a more favourable map for NiP. They only just brought it back to the 15-15, and it looked like they could have even lost in that final round, especially with the walk into the A site that was stacked up so heavily. But great performance from them to actually shut it down, win that fight. I think the boost from Twanu did make no sense, and that really did come back to haunt LDLC. Aggression from Devil was unfortunate, and obviously Draken being able to catch him out in main just gave NiP the opportunity to burst into the A site with only 2 players on defense. So how much can you say about that when you've got players pushing out main, Squeaky, and up highway, and you only have Twanu on the boost and one more player on the site? You're never going to win that as LDLC. So I feel like the aggression from Devil was calculated. It made sense because obviously it means he can just complete cover main and Twani doesn't need to worry about it. But it's also quite dangerous because, as you see, if he goes down, the round falls apart.
See if they can put the pressure on overtime. Ninjas in Pajamas really need to step it up because this is a map they should be winning. This is a matchup they should be winning. And they just aren't right now. LDLC coming up huge, and Ninjas in Pajamas have to work through that. Last game of the night, so they just need to throw everything they've got at it, put all of their best feet forwards, try and find any entrance they can into these games, and I think the overtime is just about to get underway here.
Yeah, and I mean, this is the 4th game of the night for both these teams. LDLC earlier we saw playing Na'Vi, NiP finished up a matchup against Hellraisers here for EPL, so both these guys have been playing all day. We will see how that will end as we get into the final match, the final overtime. It's MR3 16k, 3 rounds per half, max money, and Draken fast into middle, misses his shot as the smoke blooms. And Team LDLC aggression up towards main with 3 players.
Trying to get what they can. LDLC actually playing aggressive into main, as you said, trying to get that information, but Ninjas in Pajamas haven't pushed up yet. There is nothing that they're giving away. LDLC looking to try and hold against the Ninjas as they start to try and just gather that information, and it looks like they've slowed it right down, but the aggression through Squeaky as well could come through, meeting a little bit of resistance, but Rez should be able to spot that one out, and actually team damage from behind. It's going to chip him down to 24 HP. Ninjas in Pajamas take an early deficit in the health tables. 1 minute left on the clock.
So time ticking away, but still enough for them to congregate and go for this push. Forest boosted up into middle. There's no Alex on the other side this time, luckily for him. He checks it this time. You see it. Forest doesn't just set up his smokes. He goes for the peak, the wide peak first, and faces. Because I mean, twice he's been caught out from that position in this match so far, just in that half. So NiP setting up to B. 2 players pushing up. 1 in mid, 1 in main. So Exist here just trying to catch rotations, but that kill is massive. They may even reconsider. You can see already the bomb falling back. With that pick, they're just going to hit the A site. And no rotations in sight here from the CT side. It's Devil close in the smoke to shut down Exist. But they're still going to commit because the time is so low, they're just going to run right into the A bomb site. And LDLC overthinking things clearly. Alex has fallen back. Devil knows it's going to be an A play, but Rez has dropped him, leaving just Alex to defend the site.
Draken jumps up, able to land the AWP shot, 7 seconds, 6-5, bomb plant. It's going to be Ninjas in Pajamas in command of the first round of the second overtime, the first overtime, sorry. Maniac, now last man left standing for LDLC, once more into the breach. Trying to find anything, doesn't have any utility, has the kit, has the armor and the helmet. Not too sure if you go for the save here, obviously. I believe we're still operating on 16k overtime, so it doesn't make a difference if he makes it or not. He's not got each other, but you know what? That's enough for LDLC. Finds 1 kill, starts to turn it on with the spray, spots the player on top of red container, trying to fake out the defuse and cause NiP to lose some weapons. Both of them go down.
That's very good. I mean, hell, it doesn't matter that he doesn't get the kills. It makes no difference other than stats. So, yeah, it gives him $300 more money, but as you said, it doesn't matter. We've got 16k here, so NiP losing all their guns. Still going to be able to buy up, but it's going to affect Draken with the AWP, but the issue is like anyone can just throw him over that AWP, so that's the thing with 16k, anyone can buy literally anything, so I'm not worried just yet for either team. And NiP starting things off with a bang, picking up that first round on the T side. Would want to go flawless on this. Double AWP in for LDLC, we've got Twanu up in middle, support from Existence in the vent room as well, and Draken already starting to Molotov him out. He's got to move into the smoke. They could pre-fire that as well and spray it. Luckily the smoke's down for the cross, but he needs to move back.
Again, pushed up in Squeaky, they have Rez. He's been playing that position consistently and actually opens the door, gets the frag. They now need to pay attention to that facet of the map, and Ninjas in Pajamas can really capitalize on that. We saw them go for that rush towards the A site once they got the opening pick. Now we see a very, very similar play coming through to them again as Alex actually able to shut down Rez through Squeaky. Twanu in the mid, holding on white box and able to land the shot onto Draken. One of the AWPs sails good. Now Ninjas in Pajamas 3-4, 16-15, 1 round up, and LDLC once more looking to take them even.
Forest in a position not to split through vents, but instead to catch this mid-rotation. The issue is no one's pushing down highway. Maniac coming in through the CT spawn, and Alex pushing in through the T spawn. So Forest's position is kind of useless here. He can come in late round, but right now NiP need him for the force to push onto B, because they've still not even taken the site, and we've already got everyone rotating in from the CT side. So NiP in a really tough spot, and Forest offering no assistance here. It's a great position to have if your teammates have the site, but... It's a great position to have if your teammates have the site, to have mid-control, to split in late, to kill those retakers, but NiP didn't even have the bomb site, so Forest's position is nullified completely. And that will be LDLC to pick up around, so another one on the board here for this CT side, and double AWP still in for the final 1.5.
Draken has picked up the CZ. Okay, yeah, so they are actually going to go for the first double AWP on the T side.
Okay.
For Ninjas in Pajamas. So, wow, let's see what they're able to pull out with it. Forest trying to put the Dragon Law to use. Laying down the Dragon Law. Get right, has pushed up all the way into A main. Looking for the edge of the smoke, looking for the peaks, but Tuanu, absolute beast on the A site once more, channeling his earlier performances from regulation time. Devil holding on the site as well. Ninjas in Pajamas, a man down, a minute 15 left on the clock. And it looks like LDLC is starting to gain some momentum here in overtime.
Yeah, bit by bit. But still NiP stands strong, 4 players. Enough to get the job done. However, time is of the essence. Tuanu tagged up. As NiP just sit passive, looking to maybe hit their way towards the A bomb site again, as they have the majority of the players focused here. Not giving any control towards middle, but we're going to see LDLC start to use a lot of their utilities, so this could be something that NiP can now take advantage of. Now they have a bit more of a clear passage to push. Flash up, they need to take down Maniac here close mid. They do. Follow up, Forest not going to land as Draken takes down Devil. Alex will respond, but they know he's there, and they have a Molotov as well. Get right can throw that in, but in the meantime, he's already up on A, so offering no assistance right now to that mid pick as Tuanu sits back on the A site. Get right going to jump on top, and he doesn't clear the angle. He doesn't know Tuanu's wrapped around forklift, so he can strike. Luckily exists predict it, and NiP, they need this bomb down.
Oh, Existence shuts down the bomb carrier, and now it's just Draken running for his life, running for the round. This is a crucial round to pick up for Ninjas in Pajamas, but they fail at the last hurdle. LDLC takes 17-16, and it's 2 rounds that stand between them and victory. Well, 3 rounds, sorry, I believe. 3, 2?
19.
2, 19. That's how many you need? I'm just so confused at this point.
For NiP, they need 3.
Oh, do you know what? For someone who has done
you've been the one mathsing me out today. I guess I get that. I've got the money and the score. You've got everything mathsy.
Yeah.
I mean, they are kind of mathsy.
Well, you know what they say? Like, the further you get in maths, the less it is to do with arithmetic and numbers. It becomes all letters and...
Do they say that?
They do.
Okay. I never went far in maths.
Okay.
Not past GCSE.
Oh, really?
In maths. In other subjects, yes, but not
Fair
in maths. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, production agree. Okay.
Anyone? Okay. Well,
I'm glad I'm not
going to get into this because we're on stream. But
I'm glad. Yeah, please don't. Or off stream for that
feelings
matter.
about this.
No, 17-16, so LDLC favoured. A good round from Tuanu, especially to stay alive in the site. We saw obviously Get Right jumping on top of the box there in red. And if he found Tuanu, if he found that pick, suddenly the bomb site's opened up and they can get the bomb down. They can potentially even win the round. But no, him staying alive, him hiding, actually allows for a bit of a rotation to come through. And even though he goes down to exist, still allows more information to go the way of LDLC and gets him back into the site. So still having impact even if he isn't fragging. Although he has been fragging. That's not take away from that. He's been putting up numbers. Let's see if he can carry on. He can carry LDLC over the victory line here. 19 rounds needed for either team as LDLC switch over to the T side. Ninjas in Pajamas, single AWP up on Draken. Same story for Tuanu.
Not going to see the T side double AWP for LDLC that we did see come out from Ninjas in Pajamas. Nearly worked out for them. They did actually swap it out for the AK once they lost a player early on into the round. They opted instead. Do you know what? We're going to just keep those 3 AKs, sorry, because we do need that firepower, that consistent damage output rather than just the 1 shot, 1 kill. If you miss it, you're dead. Because they already had that man's advantage. So a wise swap out from them before, but now LDLC looking to push on towards the A-bomb site. Flashes coming through, Draken playing on forklift, flashed out completely. That's LDLC taking him down, and now Alex is able to push straight through, but gets shot out. Get Right and Exist finding 2 kills for Get Right and 1 for Existence able to find a refrag, but that's 2 players left alive for LDLC as they continue their push on towards the A site. The bomb does start to get planted, but Forest already taking out his teammate. Devil gets shut down by a headshot from Get Right, and now Ninjas in Pajamas have the full retake. 3 players left standing, and they bring the scoreline even yet again.
That miss from Alex lost the round for LDLC as well. The most unfortunate whiff is he tries to take down Get Right in highway. Get Right proceeds to just shoot him back in the face and pick up 3 kills off the back of it. So unlucky, especially after he got such a good entry. So now LDLC not in as a comfortable spot. They lose their free round. NiP.
Double AWP.
Yeah, they pull it up. Rez and Draken this time. No Forest. Again, a lot of options for AWPing on NiP. A lot of players can use that. Similar to BP in some sense, but maybe not. Anyway, aggression from Rez. Misses his shot. Will fall back. Not going to be able to connect that with the Orbers. See, one team now going to be needed to pick up both of these rounds of OT. Otherwise, we're going to a second OT. We saw how many yesterday? 3? Or was it 2?
It was a 2. It was a double OT.
Okay, double OT. So maybe we'll see that again. Who knows? But Get Right, he's kicking things off on B. Takes down Maniac.
The face mainly coming from the A site. LDLC trying to push in, get their foot in the door, Exist on the site still. There's a player highway, a player moving around to truck the bomb. Now starting to move actually back out towards mid, but Resin, Draken just able to take the kills left and right. Alex finds 1 left and 1 right of his own though. He is able to shut down the hold, and Tuanu finds 1, brings it back even, and LDLC can start to chime in now. Forest trying to go for the retake, Rez at his back, watching all the angles. Tuanu will not be able to see down to mid just yet until that smoke clears. Alex playing on the site. Taking it slow. Both CTs have kits. That's the last incendiary across the board. Only 1 smoke remains on Rez, and he pushes in. Alex is in a prime position to shut it down. Now it's just Rez, has the CZ. A lot of damage already gone through. Finds not quite enough damage, and that's going to be LDLC putting another round on the board. They're in striking distance yet again of taking this game home here.
A 2v5 and NiP do not expect LDLC to pick that one up. Great round from Alex. We bashed him in the previous for missing that shot, but he definitely pulled his weight in this one. Made up for it tenfold. As LDLC going to be up to 18 rounds here on this T side. This is ridiculous. If they pick this one up off the back of that previous round, NiP are going to be upset. And Alex, again, he's so fast into middle. He finds the entry. What a massive kill to find. Get Right dead. Molly down towards the sandbags, but no one's there for NiP. They've relapsed on mid control. They've got no one here. The closest player up through highway, and that's going to be Forest towards the A site. Can't even contend with it. LDLC can just fall back off the back of that pick. They've got mid control. They don't even want to hold on to it. Just give it back to NiP. Allow these players to split, split away from each other to disallow trades as Rez pushes up on B. An important position, but a dangerous one as well.
They should know that he's there, given that they did actually Molotov out his original position and force him to push forwards, but that's not going to matter. Does get the pick up onto Alex. So even on the player count now, Ninjas in Pajamas, 4 versus 4. Devil has taken more damage than Rez, so they do technically have the advantage here, although it's not going to mean too much. Both of these teams so close together here. First overtime already, down to the wire yet again. 18-17. LDLC once more with the opportunity to bring it home. And Ninjas in Pajamas once more with the opportunity to take it into the next overtime. But that's Existence opening again on towards the highway, and they are looking towards the B bomb site, and that could fool them.
There's only Rez. He's the only player there. They've done an excellent job of faking the same bomb site without the utility, but Rez has to go big. 2 kills, massive stuff, but Existence trades. Still a 2v2, but NiP have now found their foot back into the door. As they start to push on back in, Rez has single-handedly made them this a possibility. Bomb plant for main though. Existence can hold on to that. Maniac just needs to delay. If he can get 1 kill, that would be perfect here. 2 players from NiP pushing back in. No utility left for either team as well. It's all going to be coming down to these gunfights. They're taking their time. Exist is long rotating. And this is good as well because they know the bomb plant position, so they know they can probably catch that Existence. However, he's aware of it.
knows what's going on.
40 underwater backgammon. He's holding the angle and he's going to get it as Existence picks up one, leaves just Forest. Already low on time and already low on a face. Maniac takes him down and that will be it. LDLC, they come off the back of a bit of a shaky performance, but they close it out 19. Oh, sorry, 19 to 17.
No, you're the one messing it up.
Yeah, I know.
That's all right.
Well, they won.
They did win in the end, and my goodness, what a showing from them. They absolutely put NiP in their place.
Yeah.
Both games, though, going very, very close. It has to be said, NiP putting 14 on the board and then proceeding to put 17 on the board in that first overtime. Both of them with massive amounts of opportunity to come in swinging. But unfortunately for Ninjas in Pyjamas, it was LDLC who won out the day, won out the series, and they just ran away with it towards the end there. They just had to keep going, and Ninja Pyjamas weren't quite up to the challenge.
Yeah, just a great performance, especially from LDLC tonight. They've obviously come off the back of a 2-0 defeat to Na'Vi and then completely made a reverse sweep and 2-0 to NiP. Yes, while the games are close, 16-14, 19-17, a win is a win. While they'll get a little less points for an overtime win in this current season of EPL, they're still going to get the points. They're still going to move up on the board, or at least close to.
Flick.
Yeah, just great performance. I think Twanu was my standout man for this map especially. I think Alex had his moments, but Twanu's AWPing was just uncharacteristically good of him. Not to say he's bad by any means, but he really fired off on all cylinders today.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. Man of the match for me.
This clutch.
And this clutch here, get right, just finally finding that. I think it was fractions of a second that stood between him and losing that round. And of course, as we saw every round, so crucial. Draken nearly finding the kill there. And that put LDLC on the tipping point.
I mean, think back to the 5-on-2 the NiP lost, in overtime. That's what lost them the game right there. It set them up in a really terrible position, and then obviously from then on, LDLC got the next round that we just saw and closed out the game. So that entire loss is off the back of a 5-on-2 that NiP should never have lost, but a great performance nonetheless. Alex put up numbers, and everyone else did as well. So I'm very happy with LDLC. They're a team that I've really been wanting to improve, and I'm glad to see it. Commiserations to NiP, obviously, but there's plenty more matches left in EPL, and sadly, that will be it for tonight, but we will be back tomorrow, 7 p.m. CEST, or 6 p.m. if you're British like us. Be sure to come back on the B stream. We're going to have plenty more Counter-Strike action for you. I'll be me and John joining you then. Until then, good night, and we'll see you later.
ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Intel, the City of Odense, GeForce GTX, Lenovo Legion, Bedway, Pay Safeguard, Logitech G, Mountain Dew League, Xfinity, and ESEA.